What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of, well, not an episode review, a week's review of this week's Beyond the Gate, Seasons 1, Episode 24 to 28. Okay, let's just get into it. We're not going to be on here long because I do have another video to do, but let's just talk about it. So last week, we didn't get Derek, we didn't get Ashley, we didn't get Andre. I would definitely prefer we got more Andre and Danny scenes than we would, and I want that to get real messy. Like, I really want the Andre and Danny scenes to get, like, they got to spice that up a little bit more, okay? That's what I want. I want them to slip up. I want somebody to catch them. I want the mess to happen. But yeah, because we didn't get them last week, baby, we got them this week. This week, we did not get anything with Martin, Smitty, and the kids, okay? And we only got like one scene or two with the grandparents. And, you know, I love me some Anita and Vernon. They just so wise. They so wise. I love them. Baby, when she said you was giving them speeches to them people, and they up there giving speeches about people that you actually was with in real life. Okay, you know what, Anita, you better put your man on a pedestal. You better hype your man up. They be hyping each other up. I love that type of love. Come through, okay? Listen, they gonna keep it together in public. Behind closed door, they probably be cussing each other out, but they gonna keep it together in public, and I love that. All right, but anyway, we get up into the this week stuff. Who do we gotta go to? Oh, and we only got one scene with Eva. We didn't get anything with Dana, Leslie, Sherry, Anna. Okay, we didn't get none of her. Girl, she really got 4 personalities. She really got 4 personalities on this show. It is so funny to me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, but honestly, that story. Okay, listen. The storyline between Ashley, Derek, and you know, y'all already know how it feel. Baby, we don't care. Andre was supposed to leave, but he got this offer to do this video or whatever about his little project. My bad, y'all. His little project or whatever about the nurses in the hospital and all that stuff. He intentionally wanted to be about the nurses so that he can be over there with Ashley. Listen, this back and forth, the only thing that I care about this scene when it comes to this week of you know, Ashley, Derek, and Andre is the fact that Nurse Shanice is back. Y'all, we ain't talked about her. Nurse Shanice been back there. She was the one that was, you know, going to be helping Ashley around when she first got to the hospital, right? She like the head nurse, okay? And baby, she kind of favor Ashanti a little bit, just slightly, you know. And at this point, I love her. I love her so much. She is just the right amount of nosy messy to me, okay? And like, she gossip, but she gossip in a less messy way. But she gonna tell you what it is, okay? And I just like her. She is so funny to me. And the way that she was eavesdropping on Ashley and you know, Andre and their whole situation. Let me tell you something. Y'all making this shit more awkward than it has to be, all right? Like, in real life, bitch, I got a goddamn man. Leave me the fuck alone. Now, Ashley, if you really wanted that man to leave you alone, that's all you would have said. Okay? Ain't no trying to be friends again or whatever, because he didn't cross the line. He tried to kiss you. All right? This ain't no Little Mermaid. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Kiss the girl. Ain't nothing like that. Okay, what are you talking about? We want to be just friends again. We want to be buds. No, you try to kiss me. And obviously, you can't handle just being friends because look at how you acting. Look at how you acting. Okay? And I'm just sitting here like, I don't get it. I don't get it, y'all. I don't know if it's the actress. Well, it's the acting as well because there's no chemistry, which I feel like it's the actress. Because she's not ugly. She's not a ugly looking woman. She's just not somebody that I would expect an Andre character to be fawning and falling all over. A Derek character to be fawning and falling all over. They're equally matched. But Andre, I guess opposites attract or whatever. I guess, you know, it is what it is. But There's no chemistry. There's no chemistry. And honestly, there's barely chemistry between her and Derek, if you want to be really honest, okay? Their scenes are just so mushy. So, I mean, it's a soap opera, it's supposed to be corny. The whole show is corny, okay? Let's just be clear about that, but it's good corny. Their corny is just really just, oh my God, poke my eyeballs out corny, okay? I don't want to be the one in my head. I'd be like, oh my God, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. But I just can't. Because you know, sometimes when you fast forward something, you might miss that one little thing that you need to pay attention to. And so that's why I don't fast forward their scenes. But I could have fast forward their scenes, okay? They did nothing but the did the little program. Derek just so happened to be in the video too, and he got invited. He invited Andre over there to the house or whatever, trying to size him up. Kind of find out they kind of got shit in common. All right, but at this point, I don't even care to go through that stuff. It's not really important. Moving on from that. Now, Andre and Danny, again, like I said, I want something to happen. Okay, Danny, you can't keep calling that man over for some dick. All right, and that's all we get. You can't keep him in the house. Y'all got to make a mistake, and y'all got to be seen in public together. And I'm talking about at the country club, holding hands. You know that little. Like that, okay, and then somebody see you like, bitch, have Haley ass and she want to be up in the country club so goddamn bad. Have her see like, oh, this what you doing? Honestly, it wouldn't even have that effect because at the end of the day, Haley, you ain't got like, girl, anyway, all that. But still, because Haley a little messy too. But, yeah, Danny, I'm going to need you to get something to do, okay? When Bill told her, get a hobby, I don't like to agree with him, but in that sense, I kind of did, because at this point, you need something to do to preoccupy your time. And that's why she had it with Chelsea, right? So she felt some type of way, even though she said that, she was okay with Chelsea not, doing a runway and being no model, not being a model again. She actually don't, okay? She still want to put that momager hat on. She literally inserted herself into Chelsea's new career. Chelsea is up here like, well, damn, bitch. She's like, girl, do this bag. We could do this type of bag, this type of bag, this type of bag. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's the same way she did when she took it upon herself to write out that contract that she would be in that fashion show for the next 3 years. And, Chelsea had to put egg on her face and tell her, Mama, I'm not doing that because I'm done modeling. And now you want to come in after you say, okay, girl, I like the fact that you out here doing your own thing. You can't let her do her own thing because you once again want to live through her, because your daughter took it upon herself once she got out of one profession to go into another profession that she truly wanted to do. And yet you feel as though now your time has passed you by, and that's just what it is. No, girl, Danny, your time has not passed you by. Honestly, how come you not at a consulting firm? Baby, go to Wilhelmina and be one of the people that be mentoring the models, so you can mold another young girl. Girl, get your ass up out the house and get your ass out the goddamn country club, okay? Get you some business. We need to see you in the office. We need to see some models walking down the street, walking down the out. People on Beyond the Gate. Do that for Danny, okay? Do that for Danny. I want to see her doing like she on Fame when she got the stick and she trying to tell them, no, walk, walk, walk. Put your head up. Put your head up. Put your head up. Y'all remember that scene on Braxton Family Values when Tamar was trying to teach Tracy how to That's one of the funniest scenes out that whole series. When she was like, walk like this. Why you galloping? That shit was so freaking funny, okay? So funny. I need Danny to do that with some young models, okay? Give her something to do so that she can stop being focused on Bill and Chelsea, all right? Because Chelsea had to say, listen, bitch, I don't want you to do this because this is my stuff. Just because I left, girl, I didn't mean for you to come over here with me. Okay, I left you for that. I left. I'm trying to do my own thing. That ain't telling you to come and do it with me. No, that's not what we own today. And so, Chelsea is a good kid. Because after she cussed her mama out slightly without cussing her out, she raised her voice a little bit. She had to put her foot down. Okay, she came back and she apologized. Now, what I had came back the same day and said, Mama, I'm sorry for, that little outburst or whatever. Absolutely not. I'm just being honest. Absolutely not. Okay, girl, the way me and my mama, we when we get into it, ain't no Baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mama, too. My mama would text me and be like, so, you going to work today? And then it'd be like, ain't nothing else happened, girl. It'd be like, ain't nothing else happened. When me and my mama were talking, and I had told y'all about that for those that don't know, when we was going through the transition of them moving to Indiana or whatever, and my mama, we had got into it or whatever. It was a lot of mess. And we weren't talking. We weren't talking during that time. Did we even talk about that? To this day, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We ain't talked for probably like a couple of weeks or so. And then I was like, so you go to work? Girl, it is one of those things. It's one of those things. But I was like, you know what? Because listen, I know how I can carry a grudge, okay? And then I'll probably be a little bit embarrassed that I did cuss my mama out like that, even though I know my mama was just going through some things, so I understand. So I get why Chelsea came back. She's a good kid. She's a good kid. Okay, they raised them girls right. I will say that. With all their problems, Bill and Naomi, not Bill and Naomi, but Bill and Danny, they raised them kids right, but I believe it was mostly Danny, okay? Because Bill don't look like he was really up in the house like that. But that's neither here nor there, since he was fucking around on everybody. But, yeah, she came back and she told her, but she also did say, because, listen, in her mind of delusion, Danny did come up with a really good idea. She wanted her and suggested that you might as well just go ahead, because obviously she was struggling to get another model to do the show that they had already had in the works. So she was like, why don't you just go ahead and do this, runway, this one last runway, and put your bags on display as the to end the show or whatever. The main app, so that's what the people remember. And that made sense. And at first Chelsea really wasn't here for it. Kat had to convince her a little bit, but it was correct. It was right. Like, you're trying to launch a product. This is your last foray in the modeling world in this sense. How about you introduce your new business venture on your ending of your old business venture? And then when you're doing modeling and stuff like that, you can still come back every time you want to, anytime you want to. You could be a Naomi Campbell. You could be a Tyra Banks, okay? They leave all these older models that's been in the game since like the 80s, the 70s, whatever. Them girls still up in there, okay? Some of them girls still up there. They come in and out whenever they want to, because they that damn good. And they go off and they do their own shit. Chelsea, you could do the same thing. And that's really what Danny was trying to tell her. And she kind of got that, so she decided to come back and walk the show and put her bag and stuff on display. Okay, cool. We got that together. Then let me tell you something. Danny, I'm going to need you to stand up, girl. I'm so tired. Danny, I could not be your friend. Okay, baby, I could barely be your sister. I know Nicole is just like, oh, this girl just, God damn it, bitch. Stand the fuck up. Okay, because this lawsuit between Bill and Naomi or whatever, when Bill was trying to get over there and talk to Danny, now, Bill, what was the point of you talking to Danny? Okay, you could have asked all of that over the phone. Bill felt some type of way because Haley came back over there. Like, Haley, do you even fucking work? You got married to this man, and I ain't seen you do nan lick of work in that office that you supposed to be working at. Okay? Do you even have an office? What is your job title besides being Bill Hamilton's wife now? What do you do? Because you just be there for lunch and dinner. That's it. And you always up at the country club. And here's my thing. Listen, you come into a country club, you get in your feelings because basically you're being iced out. Follow my logic. And I want to understand your logic. Okay. You're in a place where you already knew that this particular family that you was once cool with, you was once considered almost family-like, you're in their area, you're in their realm, and you know that the people, like, they the Dundadas there, okay? They the queen, they the royal family of that whole situation. The people love them. And from what I see, ain't nobody they ain't bad people. And I can see why the people like him and will take their side or whatever. I can see if they was out here doing some shady shit. But no, they not. So they really likable people with good money. You know what I'm saying? And of course, this is a place where they have roots at. Their people, the granddaddy, great great granddaddy helped build that place. So of course, that's their place. They're never gonna leave that place because they supposed to be there. That's their family place. That's roots there. You are coming into their territory, and you mess it up by sleeping with the daughter's husband of the matriarch and the patriarch of the family. Okay, and then you get married to said husband. And then you feel some type of way about the fact that the people are icing you out at the country club and not wanting to play pickleball and all of this stuff. And you run into your husband and you're telling him that I had a bad day and nobody wants to play with me, like you're in daycare and you're on the playground and all that stuff. Nobody wants to play with me. Nobody wants to sit with me. And you don't want him to get involved to make them want to do stuff. So why tell him? That's one. Two, why would you think that these people will want to be cool with you anyway with the stuff that you did? All of these women are damn near the same age as Danny. They grew up with Danny. They like Danny. And then they probably married or been through the same thing that Danny is going through now. Having a husband that left them for a younger bitch. Girl, what? That's two. Then why would you want to stay in a community that you know don't nobody like you? And why are you trying so hard to be cool with people that don't fuck with you? I don't understand. And then for Bill to try to make people want to be okay with you and all that stuff, I wouldn't want to be in association with somebody that is being forced to be my quote unquote friend. No, that's not real. Okay, like Haley, I understand that she ain't grow up with nobody. She ain't had no daddy. She ain't had no mama. She ain't had nobody. You ain't got no people. But then you fucked up what you did have, and now you back to only having just Bill and his office people. That's it. That's what you got to deal with. That's the choice you made when you open. Baby, it feel like I'm finna do cozy. Every time I got this pink light on, it feel like I'm finna do cozy. Okay. Comfortable in my skin, cozy. Okay, now let me stop. Yeah, I'm just like, girl, come on now. The sense ain't sensing for her nor Bill. Like, y'all can throw your weight around on all that stuff. Why would you even want to be around people that really don't want to be around you? Why would you want to be cool with people that is forced to interact with you? Like, what? And these are grown people. You can't threaten somebody and make somebody want to be friends with you. And then you sitting there and see, here's the thing about it with Haley and Bill. Haley, you letting this go on a little bit too long because you don't know how to take accountability and take responsibility for the fact and own the fact that all of this is happening because of you and because of Bill. Okay. It's not happening because of anybody else. You know, you got that going on. He getting upset at that. He about to call down to the country club to tell the owner, tell them people to make sure that they treat my wife right. And she like, Bill, don't do that. And so he was like, all right, but he being Bill, he was about to call. But then he went down there to Danny place, right? Because he called Danny and was like, yeah, I'm about to come down there. Can I come over for a second and talk to you for something? And she was like, I mean, all right, cool. At first she said, I don't think this is cool, but fuck it, come on. Now, Danny, the way you sat on that couch and you thought about it for a second, the way that you got your ass up all happy to go freshen up, stand the fuck up, okay? Because that man wasn't coming back to fuck you. I'm pretty sure Danny thought that that's what was going to go down, okay? Thought a little nookie was finna get in there. I said, Danny, God damn it, bitch. Okay, you are so easy and such a bird for this man. I just don't understand that. Meanwhile, when he get over there, you're talking about the lake house or whatever, beach house that they had. They sold it. He needs the deed for it. She getting the deed and it's in a picture book or whatever. He's sitting on the couch with her. Soon as he came up in there, they reminiscing. So, Bill, don't make it seem like it was just Danny. You was talking about that couch and how, remember when we first got the couch and it was pink and ain't nothing in here changed or whatever. But you know what? I felt some type of way when we wanted to get that couch. But then I'm looking at it and I'm like, it actually goes with everything. Okay, and then you sit down on the tech, you asking her, do she want something to drink in her own house? What? You are getting her loosey-goosey. You are getting her comfortable. You are a manipulator. This is how groomers groom, okay? This is what you're doing. And you've been doing it since she was a kid. And 17, 18, 19, that's still a kid in my eyes, bitch. And so I'm just sitting here like, girl, what? And then they sit down there reminiscing, oh my God, look at this person, look at this couple up in there. You put the picture out first. You start talking about y'all when y'all was younger. You start reminiscing about when y'all was on the beach and this and that, and Danny chimed in and all that stuff. Baby, so of course, you being so nice to her, of course this girl gonna think when you already know that she still got feelings for you, she still wants your back. She will put away all your transgressions and she will still have your back in a heartbeat. So when she reached in to kiss your ass, you really wasn't trying to force it back. You tried to make it seem like, oh, you ain't want that. He gonna say something, which, technically he is correct. You didn't get my consent. I said, damn, when you're right, you're right. But at the same time, you knew what was gonna happen. Okay, you knew it. You knew it, bitch. You was there for a reason. And basically was there trying to get her, trying to butter her up. I really feel like he probably would have fucked her just so that she'll get the girls at the country club to be nice to his wife. Like, why would you even think? Why would you even think that would even happen? It's Danny. Okay, like they said, you forced us to come to your wedding. That should tell you what it is right then and there. You can't keep throwing your weight around like that. All right? And she was like, you gonna tell your wife that you kissed me? I didn't kiss you. Y'all both kissed each other. Okay? Y'all both kissed each other. That's just what it is. And so Haley getting upset at her feelings because she found out that he's not there, that he went to go see Danny. And when he come back, of course he gonna lie to her and say that ain't nothing really happened and all that stuff. And then let's just talk about this lawsuit. Naomi is doing the right thing, if you ask me. Okay? Now, her clients, they getting on my nerves, okay? Because let's say this was filmed in 2024, 2025. Let's just say that. Let's just say, okay? My thing is, you go to her because you know that she knows how her father is, right? She can get into the inner workings of him. Because you went to her literally as a last resort because nobody else would take the case on. Because whatever. Because you know how that is. You know that they're scared of him and all of that stuff. Okay, cool. So you knew why you went to her. What did you expect when she took on your case? That she was just going to do some half-ass shit and give up all willy-nilly just when the first offer come along, and then you go down there to his office without her. Even if she was given a different time. So you say, Bill, y'all should have conferred with your lawyer first before you said that you was going to go to this meeting. I said, what are we doing? Y'all work at a law firm. Y'all worked at a law firm. Whether you was a lawyer, a paralegal, assistant, or whatever, you should know this. You should know this, right? Why would you just go without your lawyer? Why wouldn't you tell your lawyer that that they supposed to be down there at a certain time? You're supposed to have these communications, ladies, okay? So now Bill got you in the office and got Caroline over there and throwing her under the bus about how Caroline was the one that gave Naomi the wrong time, and then he offered them a settlement or whatever. They was about to take the settlement and not sue his ass. And Naomi came in just the right amount of time to say, stop it, let's talk about this, okay? Because I know how my daddy is. I seen him work, okay? Like, come on, y'all should know how he is too. Then when they come back, bitch, he gives them this settlement and said, I will give y'all $1 million each. I will give y'all $1 million each. I will let y'all have your jobs back and give y'all a bonus on top of that. Plus, I will allow you guys to make this program and write this initiative to combat sexual harassment in the workplace, and we can have zero tolerance for it. And I'm sitting here like, what? And they like, oh my God, $1 million. One of them talking about, oh, I get that money, I'm finna get a whole bunch of shoes. And the other was like, I could pay off this, I could pay off that. And then they're not listening to what Bill is saying. Bill literally said, with that $1 million, you can get a house, you can put it in investment, you can start a business, and then you could possibly live off of it for the rest of your life. What? In what world, in what time period can you live off of $1 million for the rest of your life? I said, are we dumb? I'm sorry to say that, but I was just sitting here looking like, I know y'all not finna say it and pick up on this and take it. And of course they was ready to sign it. Now had Naomi not been there and read that shit and been like, no girl, this is not it. And the whole time I'm thinking, if you get a lump sum, either way, it's gonna get taxed. So you're not gonna get $1 million. Plus you gotta each give her her lawyer fees, her legal fees, okay? It's not going to be $1 million. You'll be fortunate enough to leave there with $700,000 or $600,000, if that. You know what I'm saying? And then that's going to definitely be gone. That's definitely going to be gone. Okay, let's go buy a house. All right, you buy a house outright, but you still got to pay property taxes on it. You still got to have money to put aside just in case, maintenance work, because you got to pay for that because now you own that property. Okay. Oh, let's not forget about the HOA fees, because I'm pretty sure you're probably going to be in an HOA type of situation too. Okay. Oh, let's go get a car. You buy that car, you gotta buy the money for the tags, you gotta buy the money for the insurance, you gotta have the money for all the maintenance that probably might happen. And let's say you don't outwardly buy it, you gotta pay the note on it and all that stuff. Bitch, that $1 million or that $700,000, that $750,000, it's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone before the year is over with. It's about so you can live off of it. What? In a trailer, and not even a good one. Because some of them trailer homes, have y'all seen the new trailer homes? Them trailer homes look like actual real good homes and shit. I would look into that shit. That shit look nice. I was like, what? What? Like a ranch home. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bitch, I'm sitting here like, are y'all dumb? Are y'all was really going to take this? And then Caroline, the way that he threw you under the bus, like you really gonna be there and okay with this. And then here's the main thing. Here's the main thing, you dumb bitches. And I hate to say that. Respect all women, but I hate to say that. And I have to say that. You're considering taking this offer and coming back to a hostile environment. And if it wasn't for Naomi, why couldn't y'all break this down yourself and realize, if I do take this offer, I got this money. People going to understand and know whether they know the amount that an offer was made for me to settle enough for me to come back to this job. Now, I already put the job in jeopardy, right? I put the job in jeopardy because they're about to be sued. So now it's just not going to affect the person that's actually doing the harassment. It's going to affect everybody in their job status, right? So yeah, the fact that I did this, they're going to be looking at me at a certain type of way, okay? And then the person that I brought the reason why this is happening, he is not getting fired. He's still gonna be there. Mike will not be fired. I said, you guys are so dumb. Thank goodness for Naomi. And Becky, you are stupid as hell. Why are you sitting there talking to Haley without her? Why are you talking to Haley without Naomi? Okay? And I'm just like, oh my God. These ladies are just, what? And when Naomi came up in there and told Bill, because he was so sure that she was going to take the offer and all that stuff. Baby, he almost had an anxiety attack for a second. That hand went numb, and somebody said heart attack. No, first of all, it was the right hand, because I was looking. It was the right hand. It was his right. He said, baby, ain't nothing wrong. My hand just went numb. It went to sleep for a minute, but it came back. He had a little anxiety attack. Okay, that's just what it was. A little panic attack. Because he wasn't expecting his baby girl to come at him like that and say, absolutely not. But at the same time, I'm just like, are we dumb? And then Haley, I need you to sit your ass down and to just let your man do what he needs to do in his job. Quit trying to fix his stuff, and I need him to quit trying to fix her stuff. Because at this point, y'all both making it worse for each other. You coming in talking to, trying to talk to Chelsea, okay? And trying to fix that, but then gonna say, after Chelsea cussed your ass out without really cussing you out, which I feel like if you get cussed out without an actual curse word being thrown at you, that's worse than anything. That's some good shit right there. That is worse than anything, because she ain't even have to say bitch, but you still feel like shit. And they're gonna say something. You talk about all the pain that we caused Danny. What about the pain that Danny caused me? She came up into my house. She broke my picture. I said, bitch, Chelsea, you should have slapped the dog shit out of her right then and there. Because, again, none of this would have been happening had you kept your legs closed to that married man. He could have been all up on you. You could have opened up your mouth and said, get your husband, bitch. I can't come around here no more because this motherfucker keep playing. I'm going to have to go to another job because this motherfucker keep playing. Okay? No, girl. No, girl. Hey, you ain't the victim in this. And then you want to say Danny crazy and the family crazy. Bitch, she like that because of y'all. Y'all did her so fucking wrong. You pushed her to the goddamn edge. Okay? Now, do Danny need to see a psychiatrist? Yes, she do. Not a therapist, but a psychiatrist. Yes, she do. Okay? Yes, she do. But it's because of y'all. All right. And then sitting down there with Becky and then Naomi over there. And she was like, well, girl, I'm seeing that everybody's thinking that I'm the problem. What can I do to fix this? Absolutely the fuck nothing. Nothing. Because what is done is done. I could never be friends with you again. It could never be the same again. And right when Chelsea came over there to her daddy and said, I don't trust your ass. The trust is gone. I'm not doing none of this shit to be team this and team that. I love my mama and I hate what you did to my mom. And if it and the kids, let me tell you something. I guarantee you, if Danny would have did the same thing to Bill and he would have been in Danny's position, they would have treated Danny the same way they treating Bill too. Because it's not about just I'm picking sides. It's about what's right and what's wrong. You literally hurt somebody for no reason. You hurt somebody that was really all about you. All you had to do was, talk about it and not go with somebody that they brought into the family. You took her friend and made her stepmother. Like, come on. And the fact that they don't understand this is just really blowing my mind. Okay. What else was going on? Girl, just stupid. And then, grandmama and grandpapa, they telling Naomi, maybe you shouldn't do this. Okay, you probably should not want to go forward with this lawsuit against your daddy. And I'm sitting here like, now hold on, what? Baby, Naomi want to be Malcolm X up in this piece. You got Vernon over here being Martin Luther King, and she said, what the hell? Okay, by any means necessary, I want to take this motherfucker down. What's going on? And then, I had to sit here and I had to think. And I said, you know what? I want to be upset with the grandparents for saying that. But then I get it. Because it's a possibility that Bill can put all that shit on First Street. And not mostly just their shit. Mainly Martin. Because whatever Martin did, Bill helped get it taken care of. Bill is holding on to that big nugget. Now, once that get out of his hands, they ain't got shit Bill ain't got no power over them. Bill ain't got no power over them. And that's what he got. That's what he got in his back pocket. And the daddy know. The granddaddy, Vernon, he knows. Danny, on the other hand, she just being a mom. Danny, we don't give her too much. I don't know if we give her credit enough for being, even because she acts so crazy and out the way or whatever because of this whole situation. Danny is actually a good mother. Because instead of saying, I want y'all to hate that motherfucker for what he did to me, she telling Naomi, maybe you don't really need to do this lawsuit because if it's going to jeopardize your relationship with your father. Granted, I understand that you don't like that man right now, but someday you will hopefully get back to being his little girl. Get back to him being your protector. Him being the person that's supposed to be there for you and all that other stuff. And I was like, oh my God, she's a better mother than I would ever be. When my mama had said some shit like that to my daddy, absolutely the fuck not. No, okay? No, she would have been like, take his ass down. I would have like, yup. But, no. That just goes to show the relationship we had, which was non-existent. So my mom wouldn't give a shit. Take him down, okay? But yeah, she trying to reserve what little space that could happen between them. And I said, you know what, Danny, you a big woman for that. You a big woman for that. Given how loopy you are over this man, you are a big woman for that. Because you did say you wanted to see their asses pay. And this is one of those situations where you could see them pay. But you said maybe you need to back out. Naomi was like, what the fuck is going on? And I said, Naomi, listen to what they say, but still take his ass to court, okay? Take his ass to court. They telling you good, but take your ass to court, okay? That's what it was. But, yeah, you got that going on. I feel for them kids. Girl, you gotta... See, this is what happened. Y'all be out here doing all this shit. Now, see, if this wouldn't be so goddamn messy if children weren't involved. And that's why I cannot stand when y'all get married or get in these relationships and y'all had kids and then you go off and you do all this cheating and all this other stuff and you're doing it because, oh, you don't make me feel this way and this person was this or that or that. Okay, well, get a divorce. You got to understand that it's not going, the stuff that you're doing is not going to just hurt your partner. It's going to hurt your children as well. And you're forcing them to literally pick a side. Or to have to divide and be one way with you and be another way with the other parent. That's messed up. That's really messed up and that's really, really selfish. No matter what age the child is, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. What else is going on in this? Eva. Cat, Eva got your ass. Okay, I'm just tell you that. Now I know you wanted to confront her about, moving that camera and all that stuff and erasing it and everything. But at the end of the day, you was kind of sloppy with it. Okay, she figured it out real quick. And you making yourself look really cool, trying to go after this girl that ain't done nothing to you. Even though you got just cause, but you're not going about it correctly. So therefore, you giving Eva the upper hand. Mind you, Eva ain't even a bad person. Now, if you would have really just got to know the girl, you would see that she a good person. And she probably would have opened up to you and told you what was going on. That could be your sister, okay? Which I don't believe, but that could be your sister, But yeah, you got that going on. And then this whole situation with Tomas and Kat, you stupid. Tomas ain't worth it. First of all, you shouldn't be fucking around with nobody over there at Bill's office because I feel like anybody that works at Bill's office ain't got no type of morals and integrity about them. Case in point, Tomas will give Eva the dick before you. Because he'll get tired of waiting until you want to get the pee. And then if he do wait for you to lose your virginity to him, which you should not lose your virginity to him, he gonna fuck you and go over there and fuck Eva too. Okay, that's just really what it is. I want you to understand that, girlfriend. Okay, but when that man came over there to see you and then he slid up in there and said, I wanted you to talk to your cousin and try to get her to drop this case because it's going to affect everybody up in the office, including me, that should have been the end of it. That told you what it is about him, okay? He ain't about you. He about him going up in the ladder of this world, all right? You should have just let it go. That motherfucker sent you a text message and said, I'm sorry. Would you forgive me? And you up there imagining that he there and he kissing you and all that stuff. It took an imagination. It took a dream sequence in your head for you to just say, yes. What? Oh, Kat, you got so much for Eva, but you just so dumb and so weak to Tomas. What the fuck? Girl? I don't understand it. And Nicole, you need to inquire about your man a little bit more, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Vanessa, bitch, you are hot in the ass. I like Vanessa. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Vanessa. Now, do her and Doug really got a situationship going on or whatever? Because, let me tell you something. So I just find it very ironical that, both Danny and Nicole's best friends are white women, okay? But at the same time, they're keeping each other's secrets. That's just what it is. Nicole, you look like the type of bitch that'd be so all moral down and everything, but you keeping the Vanessa secret. You know that Vanessa out here fucking around, but you concerned because why is you so close to Joey Armstrong, okay? JoJo out here doing all this stuff. She was like, listen, girl, I don't want you to be around him. Something about him just don't seem right. You know, he big and bad and all that stuff. I don't want you doing no illegal stuff and getting involved in nothing. Listen, she don't give a shit. She is attracted to JoJo. And she said, so what? I'm helping him get his mama a house. Girl, Nicole went and told her husband. Ted said, now hold up. JoJo mama died on the operating table last year. And the doctor that did it, which wasn't really his fault, it was just a freak accident. He done skipped town, baby. We ain't seen him since because he was scared. Girl, she done told Vanessa what was up. Vanessa gonna tell JoJo, what the fuck is the point of you lying to me about your goddamn mama being here and you know that lady dead? It was like, you know, the house is really for me. It's because of vanity reasons, because I'm getting older and all this stuff. I said, Vanessa, don't eat this shit up. Vanessa ate it up. I said, what the fuck? What the fuck, Vanessa? Baby, and I really think JoJo like her. For real, for real. I was like, what? And then here go Diego walking past looking like, ain't this about a bitch? I said, oh my goodness. It's about Joey gonna kill Diego at this point. And then speaking of Joey, let me tell you something. Joey and Marcel, they got something going on. And I feel like Jacob daddy already know that Marcel is doing some dirty work. Jacob saw Marcel and Joey handing each other some envelope or whatever, and he was like, I know it was some money. I said, damn it, Jacob, he the morality police, okay? And I'm just like, all right, you know, if the corruption, I guess, you know, you want to have good cops and all that stuff, but his good cop is just irking me a little bit. It's just irking me, like he's been irking me ever since he arrested Danny. So, you know, he's not been on my good side ever since then. So that's probably what it is. But at this point, you know, he go tell his daddy, listen, I ain't go to IA yet. I said, you was finna go to Internal Affairs already just because you saw them handed over some envelopes? Damn, do you even know what the envelope was? Could have been money, could have been papers. Mind your business. The daddy said, calm the fuck down. Excuse me, Joey is an informant, okay? That's just what it is. We giving him some money to get a foreign accent, another foreign criminal or whatever. And he was like, word, that's what it was? I said, yeah, just go with it. Come to find out, that ain't it. The daddy told Marcel, listen, you better do whatever the fuck it is that you gotta do where you can't get caught. Because it's the second time my son has seen you doing some shit, and he a good cop. Okay, we're not trying to corrupt his ass. So I'm like, damn, daddy, you know what he doing? And you okay with it? What's going on? What's happening? Everybody's corrupt. Joey gonna fuck around and lose his daddy too. Because he gonna find out his daddy probably involved with the shit and everything. It's just crazy. Joey is just too much of a goody two-shoe for me. Like, Anyway, that was the season. Well, no, the week, okay? I feel like it's about to ramp up next week. Some stuff is about to go down at that fashion show. And I can't wait, all right? So, I did this on a Friday night, you guys. That's because I had the day off and I actually got some rest today. So I was able to do a couple of videos today. Oh my God. And I still got to do a lot about the lockup. But anyway, you guys tell me how y'all feel so far about it. I'm liking the show. I don't care. It's nothing that I'm taking serious. It's good entertainment. It's something that I could just watch in my leisure and I could easily keep up with. And let me just tell you this, Dougie boy, you are, oh my God, you're pathetic. You're pathetic. And that's why, really, we shouldn't be here for cheating. But in these cases, I am. Because at this point, Doug, you're about to put your wife in the po house. She got to have a fallback. And if it's Joey, let it be. She'll find out. She'll find out. Baby, you rescheduling surgeries just to go gamble? What? You got a problem. You got a goddamn problem. But anyway, yeah, you guys tell me how y'all feel about it. And I will see you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and be safe. Peace.